Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is my second video kind of introducing you to stamping and like the stamping basics. If you haven't seen my first video, you can click right up there and it'll take you to my first video about, it's basically about just picking a stamper. So if you already know what kind of stamper you want to use, or you kind of just don't feel like you need to see that video, then this is the second video, which is all about the scrapers and the plates. So to start off with, I'm going to talk about the scrapers. So what is a scraper? So basically what the scraper does is it's this little tool that is usually has a straight edge on it, and it's made of plastic usually. And what you do is you'll have your plate and you'll paint some polish on, and then you scrape it. Hence the name scraper. And that's what gets the polish into the grooves and into all of the etching of the plate, which allows your stamper to pick it up. So the scrapers that I have come in just like the stampers are, you know, all different shapes and sizes and all different materials and whatnot. And these are probably like the first generation of scrapers. So if you've had a Conad or the Salon Express stamper, you'll know what this is. It's basically the same as this purple one, but it has a metal end piece on it, so it's not pure plastic like this one. And I really don't like to use these. I'm kind of glad that they're kind of obsolete now, because they kind of just scrape your plates, and this plate doesn't stamp at all. It's not etched very deep, and it was only like 50 cents from Born Pretty store, so I don't really care if I mess it up. But what I mean by that is you have your plate and then you want to scrape, and you just get, you get this grinding noise for one, which, you know, who wants that? But then every time you scrape, you're gonna get marks on your plate because they're both metal, and metal on metal is never fun. Who thought this was a good idea? So that's why I really don't like to use the metal-ended scrapers. So this one was like the second generation, where it was pure plastic and then it had the plastic edge, and they work just as fine. And just like in the first video, I'll have a demonstration at the end showing you how each one scrapes. I just don't want to do it right now because this isn't a good example, because the plate the etching isn't deep enough. So anyway, this one scrapes pretty well. This is what I used before I discovered my favorite one, which I'm about to get to. But, you know, it works, but it's not my favorite. Next, if you don't have a scraper at all, and you do have a stamper, and maybe it didn't come with one. I know a lot of stampers don't, unless you get like the kit, which comes with the stamper, the scraper, and maybe a plate or two. I don't know. I haven't bought a bundle before, but anyway, you can always use an old credit card or gift card or loyalty card. That's what this is. So I've just been using this as a makeshift scraper if I needed it, and it's kind of flexible, but it's not, it works in a pinch, I'll put it that way. If you don't have anything else, just use a loyalty card, unless you really want to use the metal or the plastic. So I thought I was going to love this one, which is the thick plastic Wistonia scraper. And I got this when I bought their 4th generation plates. Like, these are the current scrapers on the market, where they're kind of like branded credit cards almost, like their loyalty cards, but you use it as a scraper. And it's just a little too thick for me, and it feels like it's almost like cardboard made. It's not really plastic, so I don't like to clean it because I don't want to ruin it, but it's okay. This is not ideal. The best scrapers that I have found right now, and I have a pack of like 5 of these, is currently the Bundle Monster Ultra Thin scrapers, and you can buy these in a pack, or I think maybe if you buy one of their stampers it'll come with it. I'm not entirely sure on that though, but you can see how thin it is compared to the Wistonia one. which is pretty thick. And I think they sell thick and thin ones on Bundle Monster. But the thinner it is, the better, and I'll show you why. It's because when you're putting on the polish and you need to scrape immediately, because you know, or maybe you don't know, but stamping takes a quick amount of time. You can't take your time with it, because if the polish dries, then you gotta start all over. But anyway, what makes it easy is you pick it up and then it's so flexible that you can just bend it any way you want, and it gets the perfect, you don't have to be right at 45 degrees as like it's recommended, because it's just gonna bend as much as you need it to. So that's what's great about these, because they just bend with you and you can just push the polish right off. So if I had to recommend a scraper, I would definitely these. And they're not very expensive either, especially if you get them in the packs rather than just buying them separately. So I love these. But like I said, if you don't have anything else, just use a credit card or a gift card. So plates. As I was saying, this one is garbage because it's not etched deeply, meaning the grooves aren't deep enough for the polish to get into it so that when you scrape it, your stamper will pick it up, but instead your stamper is not going to pick up anything because all of the polish that you just scraped wipes right off the plate because there's nothing for it to sink into. So this is from Born Pretty Store. Here's the back of it with the website, and this is what the plate looks like. I thought it was really cute and I was excited to use it, but it's not that great. This is probably the biggest plate that I have, which is from Uber Chic, and it's the Geek Love plate. But as you can see, it's pretty big. It has a ton of images on it. But I will say Uber Chic is a little bit pricey, so this is like the only one I have because I splurged on it. So these are circle plates, and this is a good example because I haven't opened this one yet. It has the blue packaging on it, because this is how they come when they first arrive, and you have to peel that off so that it will reveal the mirror finish. There are also square plates, and they're all pretty easy to work with. You just want to make sure that they're very sharp on the edges, and I have cut myself on these before, so don't do that. There are also XL plates, which, I mean, you know, the Uber Chic one was kind of like super XL, I guess. But these are like the Bundle Monster XL plates, and what that means is they come as a rectangle, and they have way more images than the circle plates. And I just find these easier to use because they have this protective backing, so that, I don't know, they're just like easier to handle, I guess. But really what you want to look for is decent quality plates that have deep etching so that it makes it easy for you to have a successful stamp. So some good brands to try are, of course, I can't recommend Bundle Monster enough. They have great plates. Wistonia is another one of my top favorites. Born Pretty Store is hit and miss. There are a lot of other indie shops that are coming out with their own stamping plates that I have not tried, so I can't recommend them without trying them. But that would be What's Up Nails, which is a great nail shop for accessories and different nail art stuff. Twinkle Tea, which is where I get my nail art brushes. I have a review on those if you want to check that out. They also have their own stamp plates out as well. Again, I don't own them, so I don't know the performance of those, but if a great starter place, because they have starter kits already pre-made, would be Bundle Monster and Wistonia. Alright, so I'm going to demonstrate the different scrapers, and that will wrap up this video. So I hope you enjoyed learning about scrapers and different kinds of plates and kind of where to get started. My next Stamping with Saturday video will be about stamping polishes versus regular polishes and how you can tell if a regular polish will be great for stamping, and just basically if you really even need a stamping polish. So if you want to stick around and watch how the different scrapers perform, then that is totally fine. And if you want to just end here, that is also fine. Thanks for hanging out with me today and on this wonderful Stamp With Me Saturday. and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!